This here's a story all about how Ozymandias tried to blow up the town. I'll go real slow so you understand and tell you all the story of the Watchmen. Hey. On the
east side of Germany, he lived till he was 10 with his mother and his father, where the story begins. He was really smart, got good grades in school, but there was just one problem.
He wasn't cool. So he would hide his gift in, just try to fit in, fought with some bullies and made bad decisions till something happened.
And it messed with his head.
At age 17,
Both his parents were dead.
so he packed his bags and started a life. The world's smartest man was trying to live right, donated all his money to a charity, and traveled the Middle East to find clarity. Now listen up here, I'm not done rapping. I want to tell you all about Dr. Manhattan. He's a really key figure in the plot of the story, who also fell in love with a girl named Laurie. He was the only hero with real superpowers, just like a clock with the minutes and the hours. He could tell time, ahead or behind. If you were thinking something, he was in your mind. See, the story takes place in the time of the Cold War. Nuclear threats, everybody would get more. To Ozymandias came up with a plan, and if everything works, he'd save the land. During this time, Manhattan had it rough. He was going through changes, and Laurie had enough from the human race. He was disconnected, and because of this, Laurie felt disrespected. So she left him and he left Earth. It was hard for him to see what his life was worth. As this happened, Ozzy schemed and harnessed the Doctor's powers in a machine. As the story goes on, people hear about his plan. Rorschach and Night Owl get really mad. There are two other heroes that were in the group, and when things got fishy, they started to snoop. See, they knew his plan was really destructive, so they decided to go and disrupt it. They bursted in to his evil lair, but Ozymandias didn't care. He beat them both up like it was nothing. Then he started walking toward the button. He talked about how tense it was getting
And about his plans to blow up some cities.
the only way for him to stop the fight would be if he gave them a reason to unite. See, Ozymandias was really smart, and because he was different,
He was really dark.
some of his thoughts seemed kinda strange. All the other heroes thought he was deranged. How could he do this and not be evil?
Real superheroes save innocent people.
See, if everyone blamed Dr. Manhattan,
Then there wouldn't be a reason for the war to happen.
at first his plan seemed pretty stupid, but it was actually genius. He proceeded to prove it.
Sometimes a real hero has to act fake.
Sometimes a close friend turns into a snake. I guess it's true, you gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes before you win,
You have to learn to lose.
if a war occurred, many more would die. So it turns out Ozymandias
was a good guy.
I just felt like it was